And now, dispatches from the General.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all my emotional support humans all over the world. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Me? I'm home. Staying COVID safe, binging The Crown. I got a really bad feeling about the paparazzi's obsession with this new Diane Spencer character. Got a bad feeling about her. Don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to her. Shout out to President Donald Trump, who pardoned a turkey today. And his name is Michael Flynn. Shout out to Stereo App for sponsoring our show and helping us record COVID safe all the time. Download Stereo App in the App Store and join our conversations. And shout out to all of you, our emotional support humans, our Eshes. If you need a great holiday gift, go to roastmastergeneral.com and pick up your Thick Skin with Jeff Ross merch, your emotional support human t-shirts. If you don't think we have your size, we have your size, fatso. Speaking of fatzos, let's start the show, Ed.
All right.
Skin. Let's all come together.
Yes, folks, welcome to Thick Skin with Jeff Ross. It is Thanksgiving here in America. I have so much to be thankful for, you guys. It's been a great year for everyone, hasn't it? I'm just so thankful for all the vacations we had to cancel. Haven't had a hug in 9 months. But I'm grateful. I'm alive. I'm healthy. And for some reason, I feel funnier than ever.
I think this year we should change it to Fucksgiving.
Fucksgiving. Happy Fucksgiving, everybody. Who wants to fuck? My friend Kai is going to come over tomorrow and make a turkey.
Cool.
Got a few friends coming by for a COVID-safe, outdoor, very small, 3-household Thanksgiving, as mandated by our local leaders here in Los Angeles. And, you know, it is what it is, folks. What am I supposed to say? It's Thanksgiving. Be grateful for what you do have, not for what you don't have. What are you going to do, pal?
I'm going to go I'm going to go hang out with my boy Henry, and we're doing the same thing. We got
the Zabrowskis.
The Zabrowskis. We got the 3 couples, and we're going to do our 3-couple hang. And then, so that'll be nice. It'll be all outdoors, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it, to be honest with you, because every Thanksgiving's so aggressive and huge, and you know, it is going to be like a little bit of a nice change of pace.
Well, you're being optimistic. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday because there's no presents or songs, no dumb shit. It's just food and family. And this year I'm starting a new tradition. I let my 2 rescue dogs, my 2 German Shepherds, kill the Thanksgiving turkey.
Oh, that's so nice. That's great.
So they're grateful for that. And they also killed a Thanksgiving salami. They're my 2 rescue dogs, Nana and Nipsey, a.k.a. Heil and Hitler. The other day they misbehaved, so I stuck their heads in the oven. How do you like it, Nazi bastards? We're going to do a very special Roast in Peace tribute. Thanksgiving is Ed's mom's birthday.
Yes.
And in honor of that, we're going to do a Roast in Peace to her. Ed has made a film about her called How America Killed My Mother. You can pick that up on Vimeo right now, anytime.
Yeah, go to howamericaKilledMyMother.com and you can link to it there. And yeah, this Thanksgiving would have been my mom's 70th birthday.
So at the end of the show tonight, we are going to pay tribute to my Aunt Kathy, Ed's mom. Yeah. You don't want to miss that. And before that, since it's all about family, and a lot of my family's either away or a lot of them's gone, I got a call and an email and a text through different people from a guy named David Bernstein who grew up with my dad.
It's so cool.
So I got him on the phone, and we talked to him. My dad was a very funny dude. He passed away when I was 19 years old, so I don't have that many memories, and I can't really ask that many people about my dad from when he was young. So
I have one memory of your dad. Did I ever tell you about this?
I don't think so.
It's not. It's like one of those memories that's like was put together by other people. So it's got one of the
Right.
And I remember because he passed away when I was 3. So but I remember going to your house. I can remember the house. Like I remember like being by the dining room table, and you were about to get the house wallpapered. The next day.
Yeah.
And your dad was like, well, we're getting the house wallpapered, next week here. And so he gave me a box of crayons and he told me to draw all over the
How old
walls.
were you?
3 years old. Yeah. And so we were drawing all over the walls and, but I remember we did it. And then as legend goes, you can't wallpaper over wax. And so crayons are made out of wax. And so they had to strip the entire room before they could wallpaper.
My dad would do
it.
anything for a laugh. He was a super funny guy. He used to, basically when I was a little kid, he would offer me like $10 to, if it was snowing outside, to run around the backyard twice in my underwear around the backyard just to make my mom and sister laugh. He once offered my friend Hamo $100 to eat a stick of butter. We were playing poker and Hamo lost big and he was complaining, and my dad showed up in his tuxedo from the catering hall and he said, "Oh, don't be depressed. Here's a quick way to make 100." And Hamo got halfway through and barfed, and my dad gave him a 50. So
that's great. $50 back then was worth it, I'd say.
Exactly. Yeah, my dad was really silly, super funny. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, in the spirit of family, take a listen to this fun interview with my dad's childhood buddy, David Bernstein. All right, everybody, this is a very special treat for me. Thick Skin Family. I always think of comedy as a family business. Ed and I love doing this show. I got an email recently from a man who claims he knew my dad. Now, who the hell knows if this guy's a crackpot?
Wait, are you insinuating that I made all that up, Jeff?
Now,
Wait a second.
in a world of fake news and conspiracy theories, I don't know if this guy's trying to get in my pants. I don't know. I don't know if this guy's trying to hit me up for money. But here's some old Jewish guy, David Bernstein. He's got a
He's getting
201.
older by the minute. Maybe you could talk faster. Yeah, go ahead.
He's got a 201 phone number, so I know he's from Jersey. And
I'm from.
what town are you in, David?
I'm in Fairlawn.
You're in Fairlawn, New Jersey, and you sent me an email which said a bunch of stuff that only somebody that knew my dad could possibly know this stuff. And it made me think, wow, this is a great opportunity. I lost my dad when I was 19 years old, so I don't get to talk to a lot of my dad's friends. So this is a very big treat for me, David.
Well, it's a treat for me too.
Now,
go ahead.
What do you do for a living? What do you do there in Fairlawn, New Jersey?
Well, actually, right now I'm retired, but I used to be in the recycling business.
Oh,
I used to. yeah, right.
kind of like me with my jokes.
No, we manufactured topsoil and mulch, and I sold it to contractors and landscapers and New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, things along that line. Okay, I'm getting cuts from my wife. She's here giving me prompts here. Okay. This is not her affair. Don't tell her not to worry. Right.
You're not going to say anything wrong.
You can't do a quick roast of a wife, can you, Jeff, by any chance?
I'll have to get to know her. Tell me a little bit about her. How long you been married, David?
Oh, my God. How long? Well, I got 51 years.
Woo! Wow.
51 years.
In a row?
51 years. Haven't regretted 1 year. I think that was back in '62. That was the one year I didn't regret. Come to think of it, yeah. Other than that,
Now, you told me in your email to me that
Yes.
that my dad was the first of your crew to get married. So
that is correct. Yes.
so then how do you married 61 years?
No,
Well,
we got married in 68.
We got married in '68.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but I forget. Yeah. But anyhow, no, your dad was the first one of our crew to get married. If you have his wedding album handy, and
Yeah.
you could look at some pictures, and you see a picture of an usher stretched out, passed out cold in an aisle during the ceremony. That's me, just to give you a heads up. But I don't know if you have that picture.
It sounds familiar. I'll have to look back at the wedding album. Now, you're saying you passed out at my parents'
Well,
wedding?
Here's what happened. Your
Now, this
dad
would
was
be
the
at Clinton Manor. This would be at my family
Yeah.
catering hall.
Right. And your dad was the first one of our crew to get married. So we were advised not to bring dates, just the guys show up
Right.
and all his good friends. And in those days, they used to have the cocktail hour before the ceremony. So we had nothing to do, all the guys, until the ceremony, except drink, kibitz and drink. Then comes the ceremony, and I see your dad up by the pulpit there and everything, and by the bema, and I'm thinking, wait a second, why is your dad spinning around like that? And then I realized it was me actually, and
Wow.
Anyhow,
yeah.
I go down, I pass out, I fall down right during the middle of the ceremony. But
What?
it gets even worse. It gets worse, if you can believe it. In the old days, they didn't have the video photographers. They used to have the photographer kneeling on one knee, taking pictures and using flash bulbs. The old
Sure.
flash bulbs. Well, I fell right on the poor photographer and broke all his flash bulbs. So you heard nothing but pop, 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 pop for a good minute and a half while your dad was up getting married and your grandparents were up there turning around, cursing out me because they didn't realize what was going on. And then Ronnie, your dad, told them what had happened. And I think your grandmother at that point told your dad, you know what? I never liked that son of a bitch Bernstein anyhow. Yeah.
Well, I've only known you 2 minutes, and I love you. I think you sound like
See that?
you sound like a lot of fun. For a guy,
Oh, and my son.
for a guy in the recycling business, you got a lot of spunk.
Yeah.
So,
No, but you talk about fun. Your dad was amazing. Oh, was he a fun guy? I'm not kidding.
what can you tell me about him? Because I don't get to hear anything.
all right.
I
Well,
never
you
get
know
to
he
hear
was-
stories.
Okay. He was a great basketball player. He successfully we had a Y in West Orange. We never could score anything until Ronnie took the court. And then also, I'm trying to remember, he was a great dancer. All the girls loved to dance with him. He could jitterbug like nobody else. He
Wow.
was tremendous. Oh, he was also, I'm trying to remember here, there were so many
Well,
things.
so slow down here. If he was such a good
Okay.
dancer and he was a basketball player, he was always a
Yeah.
great basketball player. He'd always try to teach me, and that wasn't
Right.
my sport. I just couldn't get great at basketball.
No, he was good. And he was so quick-witted. I tell you, well, this is a classic story. I don't know if I told you last time I spoke to you. But we had an algebra teacher by the name of Mr. Johnson. Anyhow, the guy was the epitome of a conservative. Back then, he had a crew cut and everything, wore these, real conservative colored suits and ties. And anyhow, one day he tells your dad, Ronnie had hair like from Greece. Well, we all did back then. He says, Mr. Lifschultz, I'd like you to meet my barber. Anyhow, your dad says, without missing a beat, Mr. Johnson, I'd like you to meet my tailor.
So he was an insult comic.
I'm telling you, and so that was the talk of the whole school for months. How he put Mr. Johnson down, because this guy was kind of like a bully actually,
Uh-huh.
and he put him down. So, it was great.
Wow. You think
Now-
you think some of the ball busting? You think that, David? Do you think that's a function of growing up in Jersey, or do you think that was in my dad's DNA?
Well, we all had that, but no. But your dad he was better at it. He was like he took it to the highest level, and he used to actually. I think I told you this last time. I mean, he used to bring on the holidays. He used to bring my mother because nobody could make gefilte fish or a horseradish or anything, as good as the stuff that they made on the Clinton Manor.
Right.
And then your dad would bring home stuff to my mom on the holidays. And then, I remember one day he opened up, it was fresh horseradish. I don't know if you ever smelled, really fresh horseradish. Take a whiff of that, which I did. And again, I almost passed out again. I passed out a lot, but this time it was from the horseradish. It was, oh my God. No one else. Oh,
that was the kosher catering. That was his business.
That
my great grandmother Rosie, my grandfather, my uncle, my cousins, and my dad. And me. We all worked there.
That was the place to go. I mean, if you were having a wedding, a bar mitzvah, any kind of family affair, it was. And they were known also. They were known for the greatest kishka. I don't know if you ever had their kishka, but that was. That was.
I'm not a big kishka eater, but it might be fun for you to explain to the listeners what kishka is exactly.
Oh, what is kishka? All right, hold on here. I guess cholent is out of the question. They ain't going to know about cholent if they don't know about kishka. Kishka is, what do you do? I'm trying to think here. Well, this is terrible because it's the cow's intestines is what it's all wrapped in. You know what? I don't want to start talking about it. I'm going to get nauseous that I even ate it.
You don't hear a lot of people talking about kishka anymore.
No, you hardly ever hear it. But it really is. Hey, did you ever go when you were growing up? Did you ever go to the Epicessin in Livingston? Was that around when you were
Epicessin? I did as a little kid. We would go there for lunch. Yeah.
And then also, how about the Claremont Diner?
I remember the Claremont Diner. Yeah.
Used to be the Weequake Diner when it was in Newark, but then when he moved to the Oranges, he opened up. Oh yeah. Oh, gambler. Oh, he was a tremendous. Loves to gamble, your dad. Oh my God. We used to go to Monmouth.
Easy, David. He still owes people money.
Oh, yeah. I'll bet.
Don't say too much.
But he was very generous. I remember once my mother. Of course, my mother also used to like to gamble. And we would all go together. I mean, Ronnie, my mother. All the guys. Anyhow, my mother had. She didn't have money for the late double. So anyhow, he loaned her the $10 to make the double, but yeah.
Did she win?
Unfortunately, horse I ran out of spirit. It was a shame.
My dad loved to gamble. He got me into gambling. He used to take me to
Atlantic
Atlantic City.
Oh yeah, we used to play poker all the time. Years ago, we took in 18 races in one day. We went to Monmouth, and then we would go to Yonkers that night. Wow. And we would play poker in between.
Wow.
And then
my earliest laughs with my dad were when I would play poker with my high school buddies, and my dad would come home from the Clinton Manor in his tuxedo, and he would sit down and take all our money.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Those were some of the greatest times. And then he also had a friend. See, he was friends he could be friends with the jocks. He could be friends with the lower level guys, and he could also be friends, which he was one of the guys we graduated with, a guy by the name of George Pollock. He went on to be a renowned professor at the University of Texas. Anyhow, George's father had a car accessory place in Union, and your dad only wanted, I don't know if you guys know what glass pack mufflers are. Anyhow, they install these on your existing muffler, and it makes your car sound like a motorcycle on steroids.
Right. Gotcha.
Anyhow, so Ronnie, your dad put them on, so everybody knew when your dad was coming around the corner, when he was pulling in the parking lot in school. Everybody knew where he was. Oh, he loved to make an entrance. I'm telling you.
Wow. Do you think with my grandfather being the band leader at the catering hall and me becoming a comedian, do you think for some reason, my dad could my memories of him were that he was a very funny comedian. He didn't have the insults. Maybe he did, but but he was silly. He was very silly, and he loved to just be silly.
Yeah, you thought he did. Well, but he was funny, silly. I mean, no, yeah, but that's right, Jeff. He was. That's how he was. He was really funny. He was just a funny guy to hang around with. He was just so much fun, and he had really a lot of friends and everything. And it was just such a great time growing up there. Yeah.
Wow.
And he used to love. We used to go into Newark. There was a place he went for pastrami sandwiches. I can't remember. It was either pastrami or corned beef or one of them. It could be a combination. But he loved it. He loved his deli. He loved to eat as well. Oh, we had such great times.
You really sound like a good guy, and everything you're saying is stuff that I do with my friends, and I do with my cousin Ed here all the time. So it really rubbed off. I'm sorry that you and I didn't know each other all these years.
Oh my God! Well, but I'm telling you, Jeff, I watch all your shows. Hey, let me ask you. Wait a second. Were you on Jimmy Kimmel once, and you had like yoga moves? You were doing downward dog. Was that you? You see? Do I not remember things? I'm telling you.
I do yoga. At anybody asks me to break out some yoga, I break out some yoga.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. I was very impressed. You were doing a downward dog and everything, and you were doing the stand. Oh, the pose. You were doing the tree pose. You were you were very, very good.
Wow, you really are an avid yoga. Namaste, there, David.
Namaste. Yeah.
So my dad would have been about your age. What are you? You must be pushing 80 now, huh?
Yeah. What, my age?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Well, I want to get a second opinion on the age bit, but yeah.
You don't sound old, but I got to imagine you must be about
well, I
78.
Told you. Well, like I told you last time, the Dead Sea wasn't even sick when I was born, but yeah, it was. I like that line.
That's a good
All right,
one.
when you gonna take me on the road with you guys? Hey, I see. Really, you're going to be at the Borgata next July, is it?
Yeah, everything had to be pushed off to next summer.
Oh, gee, because we go to the Borgata, or we used to go to the Borgata all the time. Oh.
So listen, if you're still alive next summer, you can come to my show.
Yeah, well, it gives me something to look forward and live for, you know?
You could bring your Yenta wife, and I'll make fun of her, too.
Wait a second. She's giving you the finger now. Oh, my God.
All right, well, maybe we'll get drunk and I'll give her the finger, if you know what I
mean. Now she gave you two fingers. But, that was...
Whatever she wants. Give her the whole fist. I'll stuff her like Kishka.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, I'll bring you some Kishka. Oh, my God. That would be wonderful.
Wow.
Hey, what? When I emailed you. Yeah, what? She's giving me notes here. How did I know? Oh, you know how this all came about? I have a very good friend of mine in Florida. Who he just rekindled, but she lives in New Jersey, but she contacted him, a girl that they used to date, 50 years ago. And they started playing that Jewish geography.
Right.
Who did you know from West Orange, and who did you know where I lived in over there? But anyhow, she says, she had a girlfriend who actually dated Ronnie Lifschultz. Did you know Ronnie Lifschultz?
Right.
And it went from there. And then she told my friend, and you know who Ronnie's son is? Jeff Ross. So that just kicked the whole thing off. And then I made a lot of calls. And then actually my wife went online and Googled you and everything. And I actually emailed you, but I figured you ain't going to reply to that. But this is the craziest thing. No, but this is amazing. I'm very close with my nephew. My nephew has a good friend who, this is where it really gets weird, whose good friend is Dave Attell. You know, Dave,
Crazy.
The guy who you perform with.
My partner, bumping mics.
Yes, right. So when my nephew told his friend that, he said, wait a second, I'll get a connection where I'll get him to get Jeff to find out. And anyhow, that's where it took off.
Wow.
So,
small world.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yep. You see that? When you want to get something done, there's a way to do it. Oh
That
my
is
God.
beautiful. Well, I definitely would love to have you as my guest when I get back on the road after the quarantining is over. It would be such a delight to meet you in person.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Oh, what about? Oh, my. She got it. What about his wife? She says. What about his wife? Yeah. Okay, Paula, you can come as my guest. All right.
Yeah, she'll be your plus one. And
Oh, but you tell me yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, you resemble your dad a little bit, and you take that as a compliment. Yeah, your dad was. Oh, I mean, the girls love your dad. I'm telling you. Oh.
Wow. Any stories you want to share? Anything come to mind?
So, all right, now listen. I'm not kidding here. This really it gives me something to live for. You know, 78-year-old guys. We got to have some kind of thing out there. He's laughing, but yeah. So you're going to be next. Oh, she got the date.
Let me ask you something, David.
Go ahead.
If the ladies loved my dad and he was such a good dancer and this and that, why do you think he settled down and got married first out of your gang? Yeah.
We couldn't figure it out. I'll tell you the truth, Jeff. To this day, we go, young Ronnie, what are you doing? Yeah, he was. Well, I don't know. He must have really been in love. Yeah. I mean, she was. I didn't know your mom that well. I mean, I went over there. We had dinner and everything. I think your dad was. He was more subdued. I think maybe when he got married a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean. I held out as long as I could, but you know.
Well, thank God he got married, or I wouldn't exist.
Yeah. Oh my God, you see, it's worked out for a reason.
Do you miss West Orange?
Yeah. Oh, West Orange was great. No, West Orange was very nice. And well, you know what I missed the most? Although I was a young kid growing up, Newark. You know, I grew up in Newark, New Jersey,
right?
And it was a whole different world back then. It was and the kids, we would go out. I mean, you know, just go to the park. You play ball. Everybody was happy, carefree. It was, you know, and Kishka, you could get Kishka anywhere you wanted in Newark.
Those were the days.
I'm telling you.
Well, you are a lot of fun, Mr. David Bernstein. Well, so glad I got to connect with you.
Oh, I am too. I really am. And what your father? What am I supposed to say?
His father would be proud.
Oh yeah. Oh well, of course your father. Yeah, well, of course your dad would be so proud of you, Jeff. I'm telling you, he would be so proud of you. Well, he is proud of you. He knows. He can look down. But yeah.
Well,
it's just such a pleasure talking to you.
It does break my heart sometimes when I think about all the stuff that I do and I've done.
Yeah.
You know, I met so many comics that he loved, like Buddy Hackett and Don Rickles and.
My God!
There were so many times where I had to pinch myself and go, "Man, if my old man had seen this would have been something else."
Sure, but you got a lot of him in you, so you know that's what it is. Anyhow, listen, this has been like the highlight of my life. I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh boy,
my life. Yeah. So you can understand what kind of life I lead. But this has been terrific. Yeah. I'm gonna get off the phone now and call everybody I know and tell them what.
Well, David, let's be friends, all right? Hold on to my email, and I'm gonna come find you when I come out to Jersey. Okay?
Oh, you got it, Jeff. Thank you so much. A pleasure talking to you.
Lots of love, buddy. Thanks so much for sharing your stories.
My pleasure. You be safe, guys.
All right,
great talking.
Well.
Bye. Bye.
Well, that was fun. Cute. Oh, they're gonna go bang now. They're all revved up. That took them back to their wedding day. Cute guy. Thank you, Mr. David Bernstein from Fair Lawn, New Jersey. You're a nice guy, and thank you for tracking me down. That was cool. Whew, fantastic. I love Thanksgiving. It's fun to reminisce a little bit. Was Thanksgiving a big holiday in your house growing up in Florida?
I mean, yeah. Thanksgiving was always, we love to cook and eat, obviously.
Right.
And Thanksgiving was usually either on the day or like the day before or the day after my mom's birthday.
Right.
So it was like a double whammy all the time, which was great for after I moved away because you can just bang out 2 holidays at once. So that was always convenient. And I remember one year my mom came up to Tallahassee. I was staying in Tallahassee and she was in Boca Raton. and she came up for Thanksgiving and her birthday and just made a feast for like 30 kids.
Right.
And then at the last minute, my buddy, Danny Bedrosian, who I just started getting friendly with, he at the time was the keyboard tech for Parliament Funkadelic. Now he is the keyboard player for Parliament Funkadelic.
Wow.
He's like, I invited him over, and he's like, oh, I'd love to come over. I don't know what, I got nothing to do.
Right.
And so I was just like, yeah, come on by, man. We'd love to have you. And he's like, I got 2 friends. Can I bring 2 friends? And we're like, yeah, sure. Bring your 2 friends.
Right.
And his 2 friends were Jerome Rogers and Lady Keir, which is she's Delight from Groove is in the. She sings Groove is in the Heart. Yeah, it was
Delight,
yeah, it was the coolest. She came to my house, my college apartment for
Wow.
Thanksgiving one year
Amazing.
because they were having. And Jerome Rogers, he's a great piano player. I mean, he was in P-Funk for many years, but he also worked with Stevie Wonder. He worked on the song famously, "I Just Call to Say I Love You."
That's a good one.
Yeah, and if you ever hear the Humpty Dance,
Of course.
his voice
I
is
lost my virginity to it.
his voice was hear the music. That guy, that's him. That's his voice. That's sampled in there.
That's fun.
Yeah, no. So it was like we had like a nice little fun celebrity Thanksgiving out of nowhere. And it was legendary, and those people still remember my mom, and I talked to them about it after she passed, and they sent me nice messages and stuff. And the great thing is one of my best friends in the world, Kathy Tucci, her mom came up with my mom for that Thanksgiving, and they since now have both passed. And so it's very cool. I have to show you a picture of all of us together.
We'll
but
post it on the Thick Skin page so everybody can follow along with our stories. I'll post a picture of my dad and your mom, and
it's great.
your mom had a great sense of humor, great laugher, great tits, by the way.
Oh God,
Classic tits. Big Polish tits, and kind of like you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, I've been weighing mine lately.
No, you
They're
look
getting
good.
bigger.
No, you look good. For folks who haven't heard about it, Ed, my cousin Ed here, has made a documentary film called How America Killed My Mother. You can Google it. There's a website for it. You can watch it. You can stream it. It's definitely worth the small fee that Ed charges to let you have it, to see it. It's worth it. It's a good investment. It's a really cool documentary. It's only about 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's heartfelt, and it also made me think what a good way to pay tribute to your mom. So in honor of the movie, in honor of your mom's 70th birthday, in honor of Thanksgiving, in honor of her tits, it's time for Roast in Peace. Take it away, Ed. It's a tough one.
Kathleen Therese Larson, born November 26, 1950, passed away July 19th, 2016. She gave birth to the biggest baby born in Florida, Edward Larson, who is now 5th, unfortunately, in that rating
right?
case. Yeah, so it's the sad truth of that.
Falling down the leaderboard.
Yes. But she was taken from us too soon, but she gave us way too many memories and lots of food.
Yes. My Aunt Kathy Larson was raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And if you've never been to Elizabeth, New Jersey, you've made the correct choice. My cousin Ed was so big when he was born, he came out head first and second. When my Aunt Kathy gave birth to my cousin Ed, he was so big that at first doctors thought he was having a marlin. Kathy Larson was the kind of lady that would cook dinner for 100 people, even though the guest list was 4. My cousin Ed's dad, my Uncle Jerry, wasn't the best husband to my Aunt Kathy, but at least he was consistent by also being a terrible father, uncle, and brother as well. He's going to hear this.
We joke about it, though. We joke. It's a joke. It's a roast joke.
My cousin Ed, we all know your mom we all know your mom is very proud of you for making this film. And if she was alive today, she'd celebrate by taking the rest of your marketing budget and blowing it in Atlantic City. My Aunt Kathy used to go gamble at Trump's Taj Mahal Hotel, and she lost a lot of money there, but no one will ever lose as much money there as Donald Trump himself. Ed, do me a favor. When I pass away and you make a movie about me, can you make it a little funnier than this fucking movie? Roasting Reese's Pieces, Aunt Kathy. You are missed, and we love you. Folks, go see Ed's film, How America Killed My Mother, on your own computer today, right now, anytime at howamerica.killedmymother.com. Whew. You feel okay?
I feel all right.
It's good to laugh about the pain a little bit.
You know, I've worked on the pain so much that it's weird. It's more comfort to talk about it now than to not talk about it. It's become that. You know, before, like, I'm past, you know, like, talking about it and crying almost. You know, every once in a while it'll still hit me, you know, but I would say on a whole, now it's like, it's a celebration. I think if I didn't finish this movie, I would be more, like, broken up about it. But it's been so interesting making it and hearing everybody's response and listening to everyone else's stories and how many people went through the same thing. And most people went through stuff much worse, you know? And so, I mean, honestly, I feel lucky to have a cool mom that I got to spend so much time with.
That's great.
You know, a lot of people don't get that.
Well, she still died young, even at 70 these days. That's young.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, everybody. This was a cathartic one. Happy Thanksgiving. Make the best of your quarantine Thanksgiving. And
Call your parents.
call your family. Call your aunts and your uncles and that weird cousin you never really want to talk to, but this is the time to do it. Don't even, FaceTime them. Look at them. Zoom them.
Yeah.
You know?
They got nothing. No one's doing anything.
Stay in touch with everybody. Bro.
Yeah. Watch the game with your dad, even though he's across the country. You know, that kind of stuff.
That's really nice. Thanks for listening, folks. Go to roastmastergeneral.com. Pick up your Thick Skin with Jeff Ross merch.
Eshes.
Eshes.
Or eshes.
Your eshes. Our emotional support humans are all over the planet these days. Makes a great stocking stuffer. So does a foot, by the way. And hit me up on Cameo. I'll make you a personalized video for you or your friends. It's really fun. I've been having a lot of fun with those. I love how happy it makes people. Go to cameo.com or that app, and I'll make you a video.
If you're too scared to tell someone in your family to go fuck themselves this Christmas, Jeff will do it for you.
I will do it for you. And you will help me write it. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to download the Stereo app, folks. Thank you to Stereo for all your support for this podcast and for giving us a way to talk to the fans. Join the conversation, folks, on Stereo app. What were we going to say?
I was just saying it's been very cool. I didn't think it was going to be for me, but I totally am. I'm into the Stereo app.
Yeah, it's growing. It's still new. So be the first person in your family to be on Stereo.
Yeah, it's the only social media app where you guys actually like sit down and talk to each other.
Right.
You
And
know?
you don't have to be you don't have to see your face. You can be incognito. It's all done with avatars. It's a lot of fun. All right, folks. I guess that's it. Life is hard. Don't worry. We're getting through it together. Lots of love. We'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving. Gary Clark Jr., take us home. Damn. I'm in New York. Talking the talk. I'm doing the podcast. Full tank of gas.
Uh-huh.
I got Cousin Ed and Gary too. I got the thick skin blues. Having a drink stink.
Hey.
I'm feeling so good, I'm in the hood, I don't want it to end. I got the thick skin blues.
Thick skin blues.